Today we're going to talk about something you've probably never given a second thought to, the humble dorm room mini fridge. It's a total staple of university life, right? But a new project suggests it's hiding some pretty massive costs. Okay, let's dive into this. Now, I know what you're thinking. A menace? Sounds a little dramatic, doesn't it? But really, think about it. That little box humming away in the corner, is it really your best friend? Or is it secretly a noisy, space-hogging, energy-sucking menace? Let's start with the personal headaches, the stuff that drives you crazy. First off, that constant hum. At 43 decibels, it's actually 40% louder than what the World Health Organization recommends for a good night's sleep. It also eats up about a 20th of your already tiny floor space. And then there's the time suck. Get this, over 11 hours a year just spent buying, moving, cleaning, and eventually figuring out how to get rid of it. And that's not even mentioning the mystery smells and weird science experiments growing in the back. But here's the thing. As annoying as all of that is for you personally, it's really just the tip of the iceberg. The real problem is so much bigger than one student's smelly fridge. And this is where the scale of the problem just gets staggering. At just one university, you've got about 7,000 of these personal mini fridges. Together, they're consuming 1.6 million kilowatt hours of electricity every single year. That is a huge amount of wasted energy. And what happens when these fridges eventually give up the ghost? Well, they become e-waste. And we're not talking about a small pile. We're talking 19,000 kilograms of it every year from that same university. To help you picture that, that's literally the weight of a double-decker bus being dumped in a landfill year after year after year. The environmental hit doesn't stop there. Oh no. All that electricity pumps out 131,000 kilograms of CO2 emissions annually. To absorb that much carbon, you'd need to plant over 21,000 trees. It just shows you how a tiny, seemingly harmless choice, when you multiply it by thousands of students, creates this massive environmental footprint. So it all leads to this crucial point, right? The system we have now, this whole one student, one fridge model, it's not working. It's inefficient, it's wasteful, and it's completely unsustainable. To put it bluntly, it's fundamentally broken. So you gotta ask, what's the alternative? Well, there's a project called Coolock, and it's proposing a completely new way to think about keeping your snacks cold on campus. So what is Coolock? Okay, picture this. Instead of a tiny fridge in your room, you have these big commercial-grade refrigerators in a common area, like the floor kitchen. And here's the cool part. Inside, it's divided up into these secure, personal lockers that you get into with your own private PIN code. I mean, when you put the two models side by side, the difference is just night and day. You're swapping that noisy, space-hogging box in your room for a silent, space-saving solution down the hall. You're trading all that hassle and maintenance for something that's totally hands-off and fully serviced. And, maybe most importantly, you're replacing a super inefficient appliance with a system that's designed to be incredibly efficient. Okay, but how does it actually work? This is where it gets really smart. The whole model is designed to be a win-win, both for the students who use it and for the university that hosts it. For a student, it really couldn't be easier. Seriously, it's 3 steps. You sign up, you get a unique PIN for your own personal locker, and you start using it. That's it. No buying, no moving it up 3 flights of stairs, no cleaning it out at the end of the year. Zero hassle. And the price? This is probably the cleverest part of the whole thing. It's a flat $20 a month. Now, that number wasn't just pulled out of a hat. It's specifically set to match what students at this university are already paying for the electricity to run their own clunky, inefficient mini fridges. So think about that. You get this premium, totally hassle-free service for the exact same price as the power bill you were already stuck with. And what about the university? For them, it's a total no-brainer. It's a zero-risk deal. All the university has to do is provide a little bit of space in a common area. Coolock takes care of everything else, the cost of the fridges, the installation, all the maintenance, the cleaning, the whole shebang. So the university gets to hit its sustainability targets, offer students this awesome new amenity, and it costs them absolutely nothing. Okay, so what happens when you actually roll this out? Let's get into the numbers because the ripple effect from this one simple change is, well, it's pretty incredible. Just look at this showdown. The old way, all those personal fridges, was guzzling 1.6 million kilowatt hours a year. The new centralized Coolock system, just 400,000.
That is a 75% reduction in electricity use. Just like that. Gone. And the savings just keep stacking up everywhere you look. You totally wipe out that 19,000 kilograms of e-waste every year. You slash CO2 emissions by 131,000 kilograms. Every single student gets back those 11 plus hours they were wasting on fridge logistics. And of course, you finally get 100% of that annoying fridge hum out of the dorm rooms for good.
So, in short, what's the big takeaway here? It's simple. By rethinking one small, everyday part of campus life, you can set off this massive chain reaction of positive benefits for the environment and for students' quality of life. It's a really powerful example of what happens when you think about the whole system.
Okay, this is a fantastic concept for sure, but it's still in its early days. So what does the road ahead actually look like for Coolock?
Right now, the team is looking for $10,000 in funding, but that money isn't for some massive campus-wide rollout. Nope, it's for something much smarter, a 1-month pilot test. Just one unit on campus to get real-world feedback from students and prove that the concept really works.
And this pilot test is a really key step in a much bigger plan. Right now, it's planning and fundraising. Next up is prototyping and sourcing the fridges. Then comes that pilot test. And if that goes well, the goal is to roll it out in a single residence hall, then the whole university, and eventually scale it to other campuses. It's a super clear, phased approach to growth.
And that really brings us to our final thought. Coolock takes something we all take for granted, the dorm fridge, and shows us it's actually a huge opportunity for a smarter design. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other parts of campus life, things we never even question, are just waiting for a similar, clever, sustainable redesign?